guys, it's March 12th, 2022, and I still have diabetes.
Yeah, you think you'll never ever not have diabetes?
I know. I don't know why I said that. It just first thing that came to my head.
You don't take shots or anything?
Not yet.
You take pills, anything?
Take pills.
Take pills.
Take me some metformin. It gives you a great, if you got IBS, which I also have because I'm fucked up, and then you combine that with metformin, your poops are fucking cool the rest of your life. And you know what? And that gets me right to my first topic, right off the bat. Have you ever seen I believe it's a wombat shit?
No.
Have you ever seen
I've seen a wombat.
It's wombat shit. Wombat shit is the only shit in human nature that is cube-shaped. It comes out completely cube-shaped. Wombat, cute little fuck faces. And not only does it come out cube-shaped, but they stack it, kind of like Jenga or some shit. They stack it up. And the higher their stack is, the more attractive they are to the other fucking wombats. And they also can communicate with each other with how they stack their shits.
But they're square. They're like dice?
They're square. They're cubes. God. They look like mini...
marshmallows.
Okay.
Like big brown marshmallows.
Okay, I was going with bales of hay because they do kind of look like that too. But yeah, for sure, marshmallows.
Doesn't horse shit look a little like that? Never
seen horse shit, but I believe not. Wombats are the only ones it claims.
And they stack the shit.
Yeah, dude. They stack their poop, which I like that. The marsupial.
There
you go. Then stacks the cubes. The higher the better, as to communicate with and attract other wombats. Imagine if we switched over to that. In order to get the hottest chick, you had the highest poop stack.
You should just be a puddle.
Yeah, I would never win.
You can't stack water.
I get no wombat pussy.
You cannot stack water.
You can try, man. You can try. But yeah, in the end, I think I'd lose. I wouldn't attract the wombats.
Mine would look like a pile of gravel.
But shout out to Australia. The reason I found that out last night is because I was looking at our new listeners recently, and we've had some Australian listens, and I was looking
mates.
I was looking for shitty things to say about every country that listened to us again, but then I gave up after Australia because I couldn't find shit bad about Norway. Norway seems like it's the shit.
Why?
I don't know. I was just looking for some shit talking about Norway, and Norwegians got it pretty good, it sounds like.
Well, I mean, I would think like Switzerland would be a pretty cool place. Totally fucking neutral. We ain't in any of this. Leave us alone.
There's a spot in Norway. It's like a whole section where anyone can live there. It doesn't make sense. I don't know how you get to that spot. But you don't need any kind of visa just to be in this certain spot. Anyone from the world can come and just go there without any question.
And I bet it's non-extradition, extradition country.
I bet you it's full of fucking kitty touchers.
Oh, you don't
want to send your kids to that fucking spot.
So when you're walking down the streets in that little part, all you're doing when people are passing by, you're like, Father, 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 hello, Father. How you doing, Father?
It's just a getaway for the Vatican. It's just all full of past priests.
That's where they send them.
Now, for sure, though, I was looking at that. We had some Norway, we had some Australians, we had some Indians. We had a lot of foreign listens this week.
I like those.
Yeah, I do. I do like those. It always keeps it nice and fresh. And I really wanted to shit on all your countries, but I am also really lazy and super into a new show, so I haven't done anything but fucking binged watch Snowfall the last week and a half.
Never heard of Snowfall.
Snowfall is about... Basically, it's a dramatized version of the crack epidemic in the 80s in L.A., Oakland, and all that area. Freeway Ricky Ross, you ever heard of him?
No.
Freeway Ricky Ross he claims to be, and I think he was the biggest crack dealer over in South Central during that period of time. He? And he's the one that supposedly was working with the CIA to get cocaine from the Nicaraguans to fuel the war going on over there, the Contras.
Okay.
You know, that big whole thing with Ali North and all that shit. It's kind of a dramatized version of that. Freeway Ricky Ross says they stole his life story and made a show out of it. Either way, for a viewer, it's a good fucking show. If you're into crack cocaine and stuff like that, like I am.
Sounds interesting.
But anyways, here, back to our foreign listens. I wanted to give a shout out to them. We have Australia, we have Norway, we have Canada. We always get Canada. The Netherlands, which, if you remember, were our first. Shout out to the Netherlands. Our first foreign listen was the Netherlands. So now it's nice to see him back.
Same guy?
I don't know. What was his name? Do you remember?
Probably like Bjorn.
We used to name all of them. Or just figure, like I remember our first listener was from India, if I remember right, was a relative of Gandhi.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Remember?
Yeah, it was either Gandhi or Mother Teresa. It was one of their relatives.
Our first English listen was Tyson Fury, if I remember right.
It was. According to you, it was. To me, it was like a granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it was Tyson Fury.
You know, because if you think about it, all those fucking royal people that are distant, they're all trying to just give a little jab to the monarch. You know what I mean? Look at these days.
They are trying to do that.
And I will say this. I watched that Oprah interview.
It's like people to get away from Scientology. It's like the same basic thing they're doing.
That Oprah interview that stirred up this whole shit with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
What, she jump on a couch?
No. She just basically said all the fucked up shit that's going on in there. She's hot.
Who, Meghan Markle?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, like, hotter than I thought.
Yeah. They're not out there marrying Fergies anymore, you know what I mean?
No, but I mean, it's like I was watching the interview and I was sitting there going, hey, I want to see what kind of shit they're going to dump on Queen Elizabeth and all that.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's half hard. I'm going, this girl is hot.
Well, I've never got hard watching an Oprah interview, but, you know, you're a different man. You know any New Zealand's?
No, I don't know any Kiwis, but wait. Yes, I do.
You know one?
I know one from New Zealand.
I figured they were just making a Lord of the Rings 4 and they're all over there just listening to our podcast together.
No,
I'll
tell you why I know her. And it's really funny because it's totally not your thing. My ex-wife used to be my ex-wife's into like Broadway musicals and show tunes and things like that.
Oh, you married a gay guy?
No, plus she's also a hippie and she's into everything. But she made me sit down one day and watch. You ever heard of like Celtic Woman?
No.
These women, they rotate all the time, and they sing these traditional Irish and Scottish tunes, and they sing some other tunes that are with it. Beautiful, gorgeous voices, like trained voices. And I'm sitting there watching it, and this one girl gets out there and starts singing Scarborough Fair, the Simon and Garfunkel tune. Well, this girl was fucking ridiculous hot to me. So I said, hey, what's this girl's name? Looked her name up. She's from New Zealand. She knows she was in my spank bank for a while, so she tuned
She's listening in?
Yeah.
But you don't remember her name?
Yes, I do. It's Haley Westenra.
Haley, thanks for listening. We've been waiting for you. You're finally here. Chris has jerked off to you a few times. You should feel honored. I don't know if all girls feel honored when they hear about that, but
she's got weird teeth. Weird teeth.
Is that what did it for you?
No, she came out in this fucking skin tight fucking dress that they all wear, and her voice was fucking like an angel. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God. Oh, you know, it's if you were thinking, hey, an angel standing there singing, it was her. And then the part that really got me is she would do this number with her hair. Oh, I can get aroused at things that most people can't.
We figured that out when you told us you got a boner watching Oprah. So
that doesn't. I didn't really get a boner, but it moved a little. My emphasis went off of the questions about the monarchy to, oh my God, she's really attractive.
It moved a little.
It wiggled a little.
Has it ever wiggled watching it?
It didn't get the full staff.
Has it ever wiggled watching Ellen?
No.
Ellen's never popped you one?
Well, some of the guests she's had on might have made it move, but not Ellen. Ellen does nothing for me. Even if she weren't gay, does nothing for me.
Well, yeah, she's not attractive. Especially nowadays. She looks like she looks crazy. But
I'd bang her wife, though.
Which one?
Portia de Rossi. She's hot.
I don't know her, but her previous girl was hot. I remember her, the blonde chick.
Yeah, but Portia de Rossi's got like dirty brown hair, but she's hot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think Ellen's going to get some fucking...
Well, no.
Some bad flap?
But Portia de Rossi was famous, too. She was like some kind of either actress or
She was on some show. I remember that. I don't remember the show. I don't watch network TV very often. I just...
But yeah, now she's rich.
Good for her.
Yeah, Portia de Rossi's rich.
And Ellen has a couple dollars, too, I heard. It's worked out well for her. Whatever she's done her
well,
career,
Ellen's dollar,
worked out well.
Portia's dollars are coming from Ellen.
I don't
She's a stay-at-home wife.
I don't understand how Ellen got so rich and famous.
I'll tell you why.
Her show was all right. Her original stand-up comedy was all right. But, like, the new show, like the talk show she does, is the worst shit ever.
But this fucking country was so Oprah crazy, and when she went off the air,
we just needed a white Oprah.
Billions of housewives needed something else.
And Ellen
stepped in and filled in.
Oprah seems so not Ellen.
No, but
you know what I mean?
You know, there was literally millions and millions of these fucking stay-at-home housewives who were fucking
Oprah's
up
not on
Oprah's
anymore?
ass. She's on. She does different like serious interviews, but she doesn't do that daily show. No.
Okay. Fuck if I knew. I
But
thought
they
she made her
needed
own
someone
network and
else.
she was
She
on
does.
that.
She's on that, and she does like serious interviews and things like that. But she doesn't have the daily show where, hey, I'm giving you a car. Hey, we got fucking this Brad Pitt's
Well,
coming out.
that was the last couple years of Oprah. I mean, the beginning Oprah was just like every other fucking trashy show that was
But
on during that time.
it was daily.
It wasn't as bad though. I mean, it was.
Right.
They never were Jerry Springer or that shit. But I mean,
Right.
the
I
original
fucked my
Oprahs were
cousin,
pretty
yeah.
trashy too.
They were.
And then she got famous, and
Because the fucking housewives fell in love with her, and they needed somebody else, and Ellen stepped right in. Now there was other talk shows trying to get that gig, but for some reason they took to Ellen.
hey, good actress,
Who?
Oprah. She's only been in like 2 movies, but she killed it in both of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Color Purple. She was fucking.
that's what I mean. That's kind
mean,
of
she was
it's
dead
kind of
on.
impressive, you know, when someone can just jump into a movie and be really good at it when that's not what they do, and then
And she's even said-
and then not even fuck around with movies forever. You know what I mean?
Well,
Just-
because she said, "I'm not an actress.
Well, she's
I
not, but
wanted
still.
to play that part, and I thought I could, and she fucking nailed it. Absolutely fucking nailed it.
good for her. Look at this, two white guys talking good things about Oprah.
I've never
Look at that,
disliked
man.
Oprah. I always liked Oprah.
I don't have an opinion about her, honestly. I never really watched enough to care. She seems nice. Whatever.
Well, the thing, I guess one of the things I liked about Oprah was she did a decent interview. There's a lot of people that interview famous people and ask the worst fucking wrong questions that I don't want the answer to. Oprah kind of asked the good questions.
I'm more of a Howard Stern guy when it's interview style. You know what I mean? Just how much money you worth, how big's your dick, who have you fucked?
Who have you fucked?
Like, like that's interesting to me. I don't really give a fuck about Oprah style interviews.
No, but,
So when you played the role of so and so, how did it make your heart feel? Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Well, tell me about Britney Spears' pussy. Like, that's what I want to hear.
And speaking of Britney Spears' pussy.
Crazy, dude. She's gone off the hook.
Oh, she's nuts.
She's gone off the hook. I'm sorry,
She's
guys.
insane.
I know you guys are all getting behind Britney, and I'm sure she's whatever.
Leave her alone.
I don't want
Leave her
Britney locked
alone.
up or anything. But there's probably a reason why people were handling her shit. She looks out of it.
She's nuts.
And all these girls are like reposting pictures of her like, oh, Britney's free. And you can see, listen, I grew up in Claremont County. I can pick a pill head out from fucking 4 football fields ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can see that in the eyes. And Britney is on some shit. Yeah. All right. Her eyes, she's not there. She's released these videos recently or these pictures on Instagram where she's butt ass naked. She'll just have like, covering up her nipple. Britney still got a nice little body on her.
Great
She's
body.
a pretty girl. But then you look at her face and you're like, oh shit.
Well, her mouth looks funny. It's like
chick's-
Bell's palsy on one side.
It's because she's probably on drugs. When you're on
Yeah,
drugs,
she
you
talks
act like
like that,
this.
yeah.
Fucking, hey, give me another Percocet.
I really still fuck her, though.
She's attractive. I got, whatever. But I'm just saying there was probably a reason why someone was looking after her shit. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't fucking know. Man, it's her shit in the end. She's the one that made the fucking money. What gives you
Yeah.
the right to have any of it? But she crazy.
I mean, weren't most of these fucking famous kids that were being handled by their parents, like Macaulay Culkin and all that, who sued his parents and all that, wasn't the deal always like, I'm going to control your money until you turn 18 and then it's yours? Isn't that? But with her, it wasn't.
No, she did for a while, and then she went crazy. Remember, or at least perceived crazy, whatever you want to say. Remember when she shaved her head and she did all sorts of other weird shit? Well, during that period of time,
The Paris Hilton time.
What?
Lindsay Lohan, when they were all hanging out together and they were fucked up in every picture.
I don't
ever
know.
saw.
I don't know who she was hanging out with. I just remember she went through that period where everybody thought she went crazy, and then apparently behind the scenes, that's when her dad got control of all of her stuff because she couldn't handle it anymore.
Well, she's got a couple kids, right? And
Yes.
what's that one guy with the big dick that she was married to?
With a big dick.
Well,
Kevin Federline?
Yeah.
I don't know if he had a big dick. Would we ever
but
see
remember
his dick?
what a fuck up he was always
Did you
labeled
just
and all
assume
that.
because-
No. In an interview, they said that he had a monster Tommy Lee kind of cock.
Oh, okay.
But
Good for him.
apparently he got custody of 1 or 2 of their kids.
I think he got custody of both of her kids.
And if Kevin Federline's going to take custody from you, you're fucking nuts.
I don't know. Maybe Kevin Federline's got his shit together. I don't know the guy.
I don't know him either,
You know what I mean?
but
He was
before he never did.
He was a background singer with a big dick, apparently, and he got
And
to
he
bang
was
the fucking singer. That's good for him. But
Yeah.
maybe he's got his shit together, and he fucked Britney, and then he's a real good dancer with a big dick, and then all of a sudden he has 2 kids, and then he's like, oh, she's nuts.
Yeah, I saw
All
her.
right.
I saw her do an interview not long ago, and just the shit she was saying.
He probably got some alimony too, that bitch.
Oh,
You know that motherfucker got alimony and
course he
child
did.
support. This little dancing cunt is fucking gonna be rich the rest of his life because he fucking knocked up Britney. Unfair.
Now, Chubster Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, she wasn't always. She goes back and forth, but yeah,
she's like Luther Vandross.
Well, at least Kelly Clarkson can sing. Britney Spears can't even sing.
But I read the other day that she divorced her husband.
Yep.
Okay, and supposedly, according to what I read, his spousal support is $1.2 million a month.
Fuck that guy.
How does she have that kind of money? It's not like she was ever
$1.2 million a month.
A month.
There's no way.
That's what it said.
There's no way.
That is what it said.
For maybe it's only for like a year, and then she don't have to pay ever again.
It might be.
Like that.
It might be. Look it up. You got the fucking.
I don't care that much to look it up, but it just would blow my mind, like you said, that she would be able to pay that much.
Yeah, so it can't be for long.
I mean, I guess is that half, but there's no way that Kelly Clarkson's making $2 million a month at this point, is
Well,
there?
now she's got a talk show.
Yeah, I guess she is probably fucking loaded. But either way, I don't know. Fuck him, though. I do not like alimony. I'll go over this a million times. I think it's a bitch move from a man.
$1.3 million a month.
Monthly child support and part of the divorce. So he got the kids, too. What are all these bitches losing their kids for? You know how hard it usually is for the guy to win the kids? Usually the lady has to be crazy.
It says...
Kelly Clarkson don't seem crazy.
Her husband, who I've never fucking seen...
looks like she eats some pasta every once in a while.
Will pay her ex a one-time payment of $1.3 million.
Yeah, one time?
As well as monthly payments of $115,000.
Okay, well, that's a little bit more reasonable. It's still crazy, don't get me wrong.
$115,000 in spousal support and $45,000 a month in child support. So he's going to get $1.3 million, and then he's going to get $150 a month. $150,000 a month.
Was it? I thought it was 120 or 30.
It was $115 for him, and then $45 for the kids.
Oh wow! And the 115, that's
$160.
That's basically just so he's getting
spousal support.
He's getting that
alimony.
Yeah, but he's getting that 1.3 million that she's getting right off the bat. Then he's getting it yearly after that. It sounds like if you added all that up. So that's pretty impressive. Good for him.
Yeah.
Just for what? Well, you know what? Did he get Kelly when she was young and hot, or did he take Kelly when she was a little blimpy?
Well,
so maybe he deserves it.
He had to have got her younger because the way they do this is how much did they make after they were with you?
Really, I don't know.
Like if you had if she had all this money and then married the guy, then he wouldn't get that much because she already had it.
Who was the original? The OG of spousal support.
Oh, there was a lot of Johnny Carson was. He gave his wife.
No. I mean, of the guy. The girls, whatever. And this sounds sexist, and I think it's bullshit, but it's looked at this way anyways. Like, when a girl was to get alimony or any kind of stuff, everybody's like, all right, yeah, she gets half. But if a guy gets it, then all of a sudden he's a bitch. Yeah. And I even agree with that. You know what I mean? Being a guy, I'm like, come on, dude. You don't need a woman to support you the rest of your life? You fucking
I'd take, if I was married to a rich woman and we got divorced and I got the kids, I would want the child support.
Well, of course. But even the child support's ridiculous. $45,000 a month? I don't think you should have to pay that much just because you're rich.
I don't either.
I don't get it. Kids don't cost that much. You know what I mean? Especially because I guarantee in a situation like that, they're also paying for everything for the kid.
Oh, yeah. They got joint custody, but they got shared custody, but he's just having the more.
But the OG, Tom Arnold.
Oh, no doubt.
Nailed Roseanne, man.
Nailed her.
That dude he made a career off of her. He fucking divorced her and then was rich the rest of his life off of her.
And because of her, went on a fucking 20-year cocaine bender and alcohol bender.
I think
like nobody's ever seen.
He was on that bender with her.
Really?
Yeah. He was a cocaine.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. When he was with her, he had the money to buy it. And that's what started the fucking bender.
Yeah, I think
because that's when it was fat, gross Roseanne. Now it's thinner, gross Roseanne. She's not a pretty woman.
No, she's a crazy person, too.
But, yeah, she's nuts. But Brittany, I agree with you. Totally fucking insane.
Yeah, Brittany's gone off the bat. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. Like I said, though, it's her money. If she wants to go out there and fucking spend $3 million on sparkles, good for her. But
hey,
but let's not pretend like she's some fucking role model out there, guys. She's a fucking pillhead that's all fucked up. And now, is it because of the way she was raised and the fame and just the way the paparazzi's been in her face for fucking 30 years? Yeah, I'm sure that fucks with you. But in the end, just like Michael Jackson, yeah, all the shit may have happened to him, but we also got to go, he's fucking crazy, all right? Yeah. Sure. But at least Michael Jackson was talented. Britney Spears, I've yet to see the talent with her.
Oh, no, she had that fucking...
I don't think she writes her songs.
She was hot.
She can barely sing. You know what I mean? She can dance a little bit, I guess. I don't know anything about dancing, but she can do enough to make a music video.
They all do that now.
Exactly. And she can sing in tune. I'll give her that.
Well, but you know what? That's what sucks about these these pop acts that fucking that have the dancers and they do all the shit with them. 90% of them have to lip sync because if they had to sing while they were doing this
They'd
dancing,
be out of breath.
they'd be doing that,
Yeah.
right? So it's like I want to pay money at a concert to watch you dance.
Britney's
No.
always been a lip singer.
Always.
You know what? After the most annoying lip syncing performance I've ever seen personally in my life was Eminem. When Eminem came out lip sync, I'm just like,
I think he lip synced at the Super Bowl.
No, I'm talking about live.
Yeah.
I seen him live at Bogart's, and he was lip syncing. And
Really?
it was so annoying. And this was when he first he was just doing the choruses. He'd rap the verses and then lip sync the choruses. But it would annoy the shit out of me because it was so obvious.
Yeah.
And it's just insulting. Like
I didn't pay this money.
I'm paying to watch you perform live, and you're going to lip sync? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I'd rather watch karaoke at that point. At least they're really singing.
Yeah, it's not like I'm here to physically see your face, Eminem. Marty.
Yeah, I want to hear your songs. I don't want to just see you. I wouldn't pay you to just look at you on the corner.
You think his mother calls him Eminem or Martin?
I don't think she calls him anything, does
Marshall.
she?
Marshall.
Marshall's his name. I'm pretty sure she calls him Marshall. I think everybody calls him Marshall. I don't think.
You think?
I think his friends call him Marshall.
See, I think other rappers have talked to him. They always call him M.
Yeah, but a lot of them probably call him M too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Good for him. I don't think he knows. He's always fucked up on pills and shit.
Yeah, is he whacked out on drugs still, too?
I don't think he is anymore, but he went through a period.
I know for a fact that he lip synced at the fucking Super Bowl, and all the other guys look like they weren't.
Yeah.
But he did. I know he did, because a couple times it didn't exactly match up.
He's a dirty lip syncer,
I
man.
hate lip syncers.
Yeah. I think Dre faked playing the piano a couple times too. But
I think
either
he
way.
did that, too. But I still think Dre rapped on his own.
Yeah, and I think Dre can play the piano just fine.
And I'll bet you Snoop never fucking lip syncs.
You don't have to. He don't really
That's
do
what I'm saying.
anything
He
either.
doesn't strain his voice when he's rapping. He's
No.
just fucking talking.
It's all he's doing is talking. Snoop
Yeah, but
made a
he's
career.
the one. He's one of the rappers that doesn't fucking scream into it. You know what I mean?
Snoop
He
Dogg-
just talks.
In my opinion, Snoop Dogg has one album that's good. His very first album, really good. Everything else since then, it's either mediocre or dog shit. But he will forever be a fucking legend.
Always.
Because it's not even about the music with Snoop Dogg anymore. It's just about him out there being Snoop Dogg, smoking weed and being himself. He's a fucking legend.
Yeah,
I love Snoop Dogg.
I've always loved Snoop.
That guy is a national treasure.
Yeah, I love Snoop. And he's just going back to the fucking Suge Knight days with him, and you know what I'm saying? How
Yeah.
shit got so fucking weird. His life was on the fucking line for a while. He thought for a while that fucking Suge was going to kill him and do all that shit. And I'm just like, this dude's had a fucking life. I mean, he really walked what he said he was walking.
You kind of have to, though.
He's not one of these fucking rappers that grew up in the fucking suburbs somewhere and, now comes out, claims
Snoop
to being from the
grew up-
street.
Grew up in the hood.
Yeah.
And then he had the balls to wear colors a lot of times, and if you
Oh, the
if you're wearing
blue, yeah.
colors, that's going to make you a target for other gangs and stuff. So you're putting that on your head.
Yeah.
And obviously none of them ever got to him, but
And he wore blue, everybody. He wore blue.
so
He's a Crip.
I know. But what do you care?
I'm just explaining to everybody the color thing.
Oh, okay. What's yellow?
I always just knew it as blue and
Yeah,
red.
there's a bunch of them. I don't know what yellow is, but there are a bunch of them. It's not just blue and red. Those are the most popular
I
ones.
bet
but
you the yellow ones pretty much get stomped out by the blue and the red ones.
You'd be surprised because
Really?
a lot of the I don't know yellows, but those the Mexican gangs out in L.A. are just as strong as any of the Bloods or the Crips are, if not stronger. So
the Norteña out there, you don't fuck with them.
wow. You know what else? Oh, that one. Never mind. I wasn't
MS-13, you don't fuck with those guys.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, but
Sometimes
MS-13,
I think MS-13 is just like
that's like the
propaganda
biggest
of
one.
the right there.
but it's not they're not Mexican. They started Guatemalan. How they got big. They're a Guatemalan, El Salvador, that thing. Then the Mexicans jumped on it. Hey, wait, I'm Latin. Can I go? I'm Latino. Can I do that?
El Salvador just sounds like a tough country.
does.
That's a tough name, El Salvador. I like that. It sounds like a wrestler.
It sounds like just the kind of place where these tourists think of Mexico, like, hey, I'm going to go down there and there's going to be gunshots all over the place. I bet you in El Salvador there are.
Oh, there better be. I'd
Everywhere.
be disappointed. If I went down to El Salvador and I didn't hear someone get shot, I'd be like, fuck this place.
Kids come home from school and they
Never
got a
coming
bullet
back.
in the arm.
Yeah.
Oh, come here, Nino.
Stab mark, at least something cool. Hey, man, football's heating up right now. I know everybody's like, oh, baseball's back. Cool. Yeah, baseball is just what's on while I'm waiting for football to come back on.
4.5 months.
And I'm good with it. I'm glad baseball's back. I know I joked around that, who cares if it comes back. If nothing else, it's something to watch for me.
Right.
I enjoy watching the Reds. I don't give a fuck about any other
I
teams.
love baseball, but
I enjoy watching
this
the
one really
Reds.
soured on me again.
They did some stupid shit to get this. They're not going to allow fucking the shift anymore.
Uh-uh.
What is that?
They change all kinds of fucking different
Are
things.
I've heard conflicting reports, and I haven't actually looked for myself from a reputable source. Are they allowing bunting? Is bunting being taken away?
No, bunting's not being taken away, but here's what fucking I hate.
Okay.
National League now has a DH.
Oh, I like that.
I don't like that.
Nah,
because you're going to pay a guy fucking
pierced.
you're going to pay a guy fucking millions and millions of fucking dollars to come up and hit.
Cool, man. I like watching hitting.
You got to play both sides, man. Baseball is an offense and a defense, and you have to be able to play both.
Blah.
That's how I see baseball.
Disagree. I like the DH. That actually made me
hate
happy.
the DH.
I've always been jealous of the American League having a DH.
I hate it as much
I hate
as
baseball purist.
I hate it as much as fucking
Your game's boring. We're trying to
the
spice it up.
Astros going to the American League. Astros, I grew up, Astros were a National League team. I still can't get used to them being in the American League.
See, again, that don't affect my life one bit or another. I don't
It
give a
does
fuck
me.
what the Astros play. Either way, cool. Baseball's back, something to watch. But the NFL heated up this week. We got Russell Wilson moving to Denver. All right, Denver's going to be good.
But
I don't think Russell is Russell anymore, but Denver will still be improved. They had the number 3 defense last year. They have weapons.
They got talent there, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay. I always thought he was going to.
But how about that Aaron Rodgers thing? They offered him this fucking crazy contract. He actually turned that one down, tweaked it so he could stay under the cap and keep some other players on the team.
That depends on who you listen to. Aaron Rodgers claims that he was never offered that contract to begin with, and that he don't know where they got that stuff from. But either way, yeah, he's going to take lesser money towards the cap and everything. He's going to get his money.
Oh, no doubt.
He's going to get his money.
But he's not going to get quite as much
Well,
money.
you can if you want to win. I mean,
well, no, you got to be able to keep fucking Adams around. You got to be able to keep Aaron Jones around. Guys like that.
You're going to eventually. I mean, I said that with Kansas City. You're going to see that when they just gave so much money to like 3 guys. It's like, ooh, that's going to be hard to keep a team together. Now they've done that salary cap magic that a lot of teams do, but that's going to be closed up eventually.
That has to be. It's fucking. It's
well, it has
cheating.
to be. It has to be, or everybody else needs to adjust.
Because they built that offensive line with that salary cap. Come on, man.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it didn't make any sense. And the problem is other teams aren't doing it. Now, it sounds like all teams are starting to shift to that, though. I think that's what the Packers are going to end up doing with Aaron Rodgers.
They have to.
You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping the Bengals play the game also. I mean, if everybody else is doing it, I'd hate to play it straight up if everybody else is doing it the other way. Who else do we got? We got moving around. Deshaun Watson. Not guilty, I guess, or at least not going to go to trial.
Yeah.
There's not enough proof.
Well,
That
not
seems
enough proof.
weird to me, man.
I don't know how there's not enough proof. There was fucking like
That's what I mean.
Fucking
I've always been the believer of there's
accusations.
enough smoke. There has to be something there. You know, it was the Cosby thing was the
This
same
was
way.
massage parlors, wasn't it?
I think so. But at the same time, if there wasn't enough proof to take it to court, you can't convince me that they didn't want to take it to court. Of course they wanted to. That's what prosecutors want to do. They just didn't want to lose the case. So there must not have been enough proof. But it does seem fucking crazy. I've never had anyone blame me for sexual misconduct. But with that being said, I'm not worth shit. So they have nothing to gain for doing it.
But I mean, do you remember how long the Robert Kraft shit was in the air? For a couple of weeks, and then suddenly it just kind of went away.
Because there was nothing to that. He got a happy ending at a massage.
And I think he paid somebody something to keep it disappeared fast.
Well, not only that, but I don't think Watson's stuff was like. No one was calling the cops on someone just getting a hand job. I think Watson's stuff was unwanted.
Getting aggressive. Yeah,
that's what I mean. It was unwanted shit. There's a big difference between those two. What Robert Kraft did was just a fair deal between two humans. You know what I mean? And it might be illegal, whatever, but it wasn't enough to like say Robert Kraft's a horrible human.
Right.
We're like, okay, he's just a guy that got a hand job from a fucking masseuse. Whatever.
You know what? But if you're Robert Kraft and you're worth that much money,
it's weird.
You get one of the top-notch escorts who are discreet to come up to your fucking room and fuck you.
But you don't know what kind of weird kinks you get when you got that kind of money. Maybe that shit don't do it for you anymore. Maybe you need to be part of the normal crew to be getting a fucking hand job at a strip mall. You know, even though you're worth $1 billion. I mean, good for Robert Kraft.
And you know my thinking on that. Deshaun Watson, different because he forced himself on people. But the Robert Kraft thing,
well, apparently he didn't. So we shouldn't throw that out there. He's not going to. But that's what he was accused of.
I say leave the hookers alone. That's what I say.
Now, if you're a team,
but. Was Robert Kraft's girl that gave him a hand job one of those fucking trafficked people?
Well, and then you got a whole different story.
Yeah.
No, there is.
Because I was under the impression that a big percentage of those Asian massage parlors are trafficked women.
Yeah, I've always heard that too. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I've always heard. So that's where we go back to when I was saying a couple weeks ago, would you call the cops on someone if they got murdered or any of that stuff? And I explained I need to know the whole story. I need to know the whole story for everything. Like just straight up any of that stuff. You know what I mean? If you give me the whole story, then I look at it a little bit different. Is Robert Kraft in the wrong for getting a hand job at a strip mall?
No.
Nah. Was that girl sex trafficked?
No.
Was that girl sex trafficked and now she's giving hand jobs in the strip mall and she doesn't want to?
Otherwise she gets shipped back home to Thailand or something like that.
Yeah, now I got an issue with Robert Kraft. But does Robert Kraft know that that's what's going on? And if he doesn't, well, is it really Robert Kraft's problem or should I hate the people running the strip mall?
Is Robert Kraft fucking 10? Because anyone who's over 18 pretty much knows that most of those women are probably trafficked.
We know what we've heard, but we got no concrete proof. I hear weird shit all the time, man.
Man, you hear about this shit all the fucking time, dude. All the fucking time.
They probably are. Yeah, I don't.
And the thing about it is, it's not like they're probably not put at gunpoint and say you're gonna fucking suck these dicks and blah blah blah. But it's probably one of those deals that they don't have any fucking money in their home country. They want to be away from there. They want to be here. All right, we're gonna move you here, and we're gonna support you, but you're gonna do this.
I know a local high school sports enthusiast that we both know that knows about all of the little areas around here that'll give you the rub and tug. And he's like, I even know the ones that'll lick your butt.
No way.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
I need to talk to him.
You do need to talk to him. But I guess he's an enthusiast for the old rub and tug. And you would never guess it. You would never guess it. So it just fucking cracks me up. But anyways, I get back to the Bengals. Free agency opens up this week.
Oh, before we go to the free agency, I just want to say one thing about that. Mm-hmm. I'm freaky. You know that? I would never, ever pay money for a hand job. It just, one time it happened to me. Yeah. And I got the hand job and it felt good.
Well, of course, it's a hand job.
But if it's not wet with mouth or pussy, I'm not paying for it. I don't pay for sex, period. But I'm saying, let's say I was in Vegas and I was up a bunch of money and this fucking 10 hooker walked up to me and said, hey, I'd like to spend 500 of that fucking this. Drunk? Who knows?
You say yeah.
You might do it. You know what I mean?
We're talking about a guy that gets a boner watching Oprah. So.
But you're not talking about a guy. I don't normally, I don't pay for sex because it's never.
Well, you don't got a lot of expendable income either.
And
you think if you were rich, would you pay for sex more?
No, because if you're rich, you got those hot girls coming after you.
You feel like you wouldn't have
to. And the thing about it is, do I want to fuck a 10? Yeah. And I did that one time at the whorehouse in Nevada, the brothel in Nevada. Mm-hmm. Without a doubt, the most beautiful woman I was ever with. But I could see me having a pocket full of money and then some hooker saying, hey, fuck me, $500. I'd probably say, fuck it, live a little. But I wouldn't be living a little because, hey, I'm getting a hooker. I'm not going to fucking Craigslist and getting hookers. But, you got a beautiful girl like that and you got a shit ton of money. But a hand job, I don't care if fucking the hottest girl on the planet said, give me a couple $100 and I'll jack you off. Mm-hmm. Not happening. Don't care. I mean, I might do it from somebody famous just to say. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, Martha Stewart's really down on her luck. She's giving handies.
Yeah, I'm paying.
Yeah,
I'm paying.
Martha Stewart jerked me off.
Yeah, of course.
But at these rub and tug places, if I was ever the kind of guy that went to these rub and tug places, which I don't, I'd want to fuck.
Of course.
Or blowjob at least.
I'm not. I don't even pay for a massage. We got a massage chair at work. I don't even like that.
I will tell you though, those rub and tug places, they have this thing called a table shower. Yeah. The greatest thing ever invented.
Yeah, and I've heard about that. They put a table over your face and then pee on it?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is in the shower. It's like a massage table. Yeah. And they got this high-powered fucking shower head and these gloves that they put on. They're like those loofahs. Yeah. Except they're gloves. And man, it's the best massage in the world. Best part of that experience, the table shower.
So they're not even touching you.
Oh, they're all over you.
Yeah, but with gloves.
Yeah, but it's not sexual. It
I know.
Feels good. But, they try to just loosen you up in any way they can to get you. I think I've been to one of those rub and tug places, I think twice, long time ago to see what they were about. I didn't pay for any sex afterwards. I got the really bad massage and said, that's pretty much it.
That's the part that makes me laugh is the fact that all the rub and tugs are supposedly poor massages also.
They're horrible massages.
They decide to rub your back a little bit and then jerk you off.
They're waiting, what else do you want now? But the funniest part about it, when I went, and this is a story that I've told a lot of people, and it's so fucking funny. I didn't pay for anything sexually. I paid $40 for a sauna for a minute, the table shower thing, which is what I loved. Mm-hmm. these women who speak very little English. This is what happened with me. I'm in there. I'm getting this horrible massage, but I got what I wanted already with that table shower. And she rolls me over, and am I partially erect?
Of course.
Yes.
We're talking about the guy that got a boner watching Oprah.
Yeah, but this girl looked like a small, skinny sumo wrestler. You know, she had that face. She wasn't attractive. Okay, she was not attractive. She wasn't somebody, if you saw her on the street, you'd ever say, I want to have sex with her.
No,
it's the situation.
Yeah, she's someone, if you saw her on the street, you'd be like, hey, can you help me pick up this bag of concrete?
Yeah,
she looks stout enough to do it.
Yeah, who's like straight, you know, and she says to me, oh, I say you want more. Sorry for the accent. It's not racist. It's what she said.
Yeah,
but she said,
racist, but it's all right.
You cop. And I went, I'm not a cop. And she goes, oh, you have to be cop. You big and strong, you cop. And I went, because she didn't want to get arrested for prostitution.
You're not big and strong.
I said, I'm not a cop. Well, back then I was. She said, you have big arms, you strong. And that's when I was juicing. I was big. You have to be cop. I said, I'm not a cop. I'm laying here with a boner. I'm not a cop. And she goes,
cops can get boners, to be fair.
Yeah. She goes, you have to be cop. You big, strong cop. And she must have said it 100 times. And I'm sitting there, and I took the towel off, and I pointed my dick at her. And I went, would a cop do this? She goes, you big dick, big muscle, but you have to be cop. You go now.
So it never happened?
It wasn't even offered.
Oh, it wasn't even offered?
She was so convinced I was a cop.
Well, just because you rolled over with a boner?
And yeah, some people look at other people and say, that's a cop. You know, drug dealers, and say, oh, you're a cop. She must have thought.
Did you only have the mustache at the time?
No, I had the full goatee.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, I was juicing. I was big, and you have to be cop.
I like that you juiced it one time.
You know what?
Who are you trying to impress? What the juicing?
Here's why I juiced. I did it for 3 years.
Oh my God!
But it's actually funny because
well, yeah, automatically funny.
Here's the story.
Taking steroids there, Barry Bonds.
This was a long, long time ago, dude. This was 1995.
So it probably wasn't even good steroids.
Oh no, it was.
Well, I'm sure they were.
I had the Primo guys, but I just got divorced for the first time, and I moved here. And I was sitting there thinking, you know, you're still a little bummed about the divorce. You're like in a weird place, blah, blah, blah. Well, I started meeting people here. And one of the guys I met was a fucking big dude. And, you know, got ass all the time, blah, blah, blah. And I wanted to work out. So I was working out with him. Yeah. And he told me that he did it. And I was sitting there. I thought about it to myself. And I was like, well, that's a pretty stupid fucking thing to do. And at the same time, I had no children. I had no wife. For the first time in a long time, I had nobody to answer to. Yeah. And I was into weightlifting. I lifted every day, whether I was juicing or not. And I said, well, I'm just going to try it once to see what happens. So I paid a lot of money for the good stuff. And, but I was always big. Mm-hmm. So I was never going to be one of those guys that was like this and had six pack and all that. I was never going to be that guy. I was just going to be the big fucker.
Well, you could, but you would have just sat there and done fucking sit-ups all day instead.
And eat nothing and do all that.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot to that.
And not drink.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there, and so I tried it once. I did a 12-week cycle with this guy. And my muscles didn't look any bigger, but I got so fucking crazy strong. Yeah. I could have picked your car up. I mean, that's the first step. And I was going, I talked to him. I said, God, my bench is going up. I'm getting fucking massive strong. I said, but I don't see a whole lot of difference. Yeah. And he goes, no, that's just the first cycle. You got to do it again. So I did 12 weeks on. I went 12 weeks off, which is what my doctor friend told me to do. He said, you shouldn't do steroids. He talked me out of it. He said, but if you're gonna do 12 weeks, he was a buddy.
No,
12 weeks on.
Yeah.
So the second 12 weeks, I started doing it. And one day I got in the shower, fucking went like this, and I just went, Jesus. All of a sudden, I just
look at me muscles.
I was huge, dude. But I didn't get like stupid huge to where like, you know, I didn't have that big fucking head and all that because I took those
are my favorite steroid heads.
I didn't take those.
Yeah.
Because I took the ones that weren't going to make you as big, but were safer.
I think those are more recent. I think that's more like HGH and shit like that.
That's not recent. That's 80s stuff. HGH people were doing in the 80s.
Is it? Okay, never mind.
But I had one friend who did HGH. He was a bodybuilder, and he always did the normal stuff, the Winstrol and the fucking testosterone and all that stuff.
The one that starts with an A.
Anavar.
Whatever.
But he decided to do the HGH ones. it grew his elbow, one elbow, because it grows bones too.
I know.
About 2 inches. It deformed him.
Just an elbow.
Yeah, one elbow. And literally, he would sit like this and it would be a big lump.
That's cool.
But anyway, when I did the steroids, I did them for 3 years. I looked good to me, and I was so fucking strong. And I was like, here's the weird part about being on steroids. When you're on them, you can fuck for 10 straight hours. You can fuck and fuck
I
and
can't
fuck.
come?
No, you come.
Oh, okay.
Your dick just doesn't go down.
Well, you're full of testosterone.
But your balls are about this big.
Yeah.
They really shrink up.
But hey, it makes your dick look bigger.
Your balls don't look any smaller because the bag doesn't shrink.
Oh, okay.
Just the physical nut inside.
Yeah.
So if you reach down and feel them, you're like, oh my God, it's like a marble.
Yeah.
They're literally this big.
That's really weird, really?
Oh yeah, I swear to God.
Okay.
They're tiny because your body doesn't need to produce the testosterone anymore, so they
Why don't they just do that with steroid test then? Just pull your pants down and feel everybody's balls.
Well, some people have small balls anyway.
All
But,
right.
so you can fuck and fuck and fuck. Then when you stop taking the steroids for about, and you're waiting for your body to start producing it again,
Yeah.
you won't fuck anybody. You
Yeah.
can't fuck anybody, and you have no desire to fuck anybody.
No
So for about
desire,
a
but
week,
you can't. Like, you couldn't get a boner if you wanted to.
It's
or
pretty
you just
hard.
don't feel like you care.
It's pretty hard.
I understand not caring. But
I didn't get much of a boner. A couple times it might have got half. My body's not producing any testosterone. There's none in me. So there could be 10 naked girls in front of you, and you might get half staff, but you really have no desire to fuck any of them. And that lasts about a week. So those are my steroid days, but you must be cop. You cop.
You cop.
You strong. Look at arms, cop.
Hey, I know you got every once in a while got a toothache or so. Do you use Orajel?
I told you my horror story. I OD'd on it.
Yeah, that's right. You did OG on Orajel. Well, then you might not want to try this, but I got yesterday, Ryan's wife actually texted me, Jen, and told me that you can apparently use anal ease,
It's the same stuff. It's lidocaine.
but it's 20 times stronger. So next time you guys got toothaches out there and you want to really take care of it, you feel like Oragel's not doing a thing, hop over a couple miles to the anal ease. Rub a little anal ease on that toothache. Boom, you ain't feeling shit.
Well, that's the thing that for fucking ass fucking, supposedly anal ease is the best thing because it just numbs the fuck out of you. It's like you've been to the dentist.
Yeah, that sent me down a Google spiral when she sent me that last night, and I read about it, and apparently anal ease is not good for ass fucking. Yes, you can't feel anything, but that's also how you can get injuries and stuff. There's certain things in there you need to feel in case it happens. You can go, hey, stop that. Get that out of my butt.
No, I just use regular lube when I penetrate a girl's sphincter.
Ooh.
Yeah, just regular lube.
Well, I feel like any kind of anal ease, I feel like that would take away feeling from you also.
It would.
I mean, because it's going to rub off, and now you got both of them not feeling anything.
I
now
bought
what's
this
the point?
stuff one time, supposed to make you last longer.
I've used that stuff before.
It numbs you don't feel anything. It's like fucking with 3 rubbers on.
Yeah, you don't feel much.
This is no fun.
Of course you can laugh, and you still come, but yeah, it does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, but it's not one of those.
It's just not enjoyable for the guy.
When I come, I like my eyes to roll back, and I like to know I was there. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, oh, I think I just did. Yeah. Thanks. See ya.
Thank you.
But the anal ease, yeah, it's all lidocaine. And when I did this OD thing on the fucking Orajel, it says put it on your gums. Wait 10 seconds, spit out what's left, and do that 4 times a day. Well, I was literally doing this the whole drive down to my son's for 4 hours. About every 5 minutes I was doing it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't spitting anything out. So I was, in a sense, I was anesthetizing myself.
Yeah.
Because it's an anesthesia. It's used in
Why am I so tired?
putting people under.
Yeah, just in a lot smaller.
So all of a sudden, I was sitting there, and I put it in. The last time when I started wigging out, I'm like, fuck. I'm going down.
Yeah.
And I haven't used it since. Scared of it.
I think your microphone just took some lidocaine.
Well, I know how much I used it. I know if I was safe about it now, I wouldn't. Because
I think you should just switch to the anal ease.
No.
It would just be funny to pull out the tube in front of someone.
Anal ease.
Put a little bit on that tooth.
Maybe.
People would just give you that fucking look. Like, what the fuck is this guy up to? A lot of people probably don't even know anal ease exists. So, there's...
I know it exists. I've used it.
You've actually used it.
I used it with a girl once who was willing to try it in the butt, was scared, though. that it was going to hurt.
That's like that tattoo stuff you can get nowadays, the numb your skin before a tattoo.
Well, this was, yeah, like that. Well, this was a girl I was dating, kind of. And, we were getting freaky and all that, but every time I went near the butthole, no. So finally, she had talked herself into wanting to try it. So she went to a pharmacy and said, hey, told the lady.
You got to ask for it? They don't just got that in aisle 5?
Told the lady she needed lube and blah, blah. She pointed her in that direction. Then that analies stood out like a fucking turd in a punch bowl. And she's like, well, that's what I need then.
Yeah.
So she bought some and it's really sticky.
Sticky? I don't want it to be sticky down there.
It's lubed at first.
Yeah.
I mean, it's greasy at first and all that. But when it starts to dry, it gets sticky.
And then you got sticky butt. That would suck for the girl because, I mean, the dick, you can easily just take a towel, wipe your dick off. But now you got that in your butthole. You got sticky shit. Every time she poops, probably for the next 2 days.
And
it's going to be a sticky poop.
But here's something. And I probably sound like an asshole, but I'm real. When I stick in the girl's butt, if she likes it, even though I always wear rubbers, but I had one girl one time, wanted it in the butt, but is allergic to latex. I was using those fucking lambskin rubbers, and I had nutted in the box earlier. I only brought one rubber, so I didn't have a rubber. She goes, let's try it in the butt now, but you don't have to wear one. And I'm just not going in your butt with nothing on there.
Really?
I don't want to pull poop out.
Oh, okay. You're a poop guy.
I don't like poop. You know that.
Yeah. Well, no one likes. Well.
Yeah, but you know me. It's like a real thing with me. And
no. Listen, you're not special. All of us normal people, we don't like poop.
Right.
You're not special.
If you pulled poop out on your dick, you'd go ooh, and you'd run to the bathroom. I'd panic probably. It'd be like I pulled out a cobra. Pulled my dick out. There was a snake on the end of it.
Okay, you're right. I would just go ew, and then go wipe it off, and I'd be about done.
I would probably be traumatized for a little while. It's poop, like cum. It's my cum.
Yeah, but cum's different. Other people come. Other people come.
Oh, I'll give myself a facial, but I just ain't taking.
I mean, I ain't doing that. That's
you know what I mean.
I'm sure it's good for hair growth, though. You know what I mean? Get a little protein in that beard.
I got enough weird hair.
I go around every once a month and cum in all the houseplants we got. I feel like the extra feed would make them grow a little bit better.
You think it's like fertilizer?
Yeah. It's a little bit greener after I'm done. Maybe like a week later, those plants are looking good.
I don't know about that.
Well, you obviously don't appreciate science. All right.
Maybe I don't.
Yeah, see, I took botany in high school. All right. I got kicked out, I think, or I had a D, one or the other. Either way, I took it. I heard chapter 16, go around once a month, cum in your plants. They grow better. I'm just saying.
I'd do it if I thought it would help.
Yeah.
I'll come in your plants.
No, it's got to be the homemakers.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. They know foreign cum. That ain't going to work. That'll kill them.
All right, so segueing into this, something happened to me Wednesday night.
All right, get for it.
And this is a good story. As a matter of fact, I want to entitle this episode.
Don't waste my time with a bad story.
I want to entitle this episode, My Phone Fuck.
My phone fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a phone fuck, huh?
Yeah, but this one was different. Wednesday night, I got home, and there's this girl. There's this girl that I used to know.
All right.
I've never had sex with her.
Okay.
Drank with her a couple times, got fucked up. One of those friends from the bar.
Okay. Yeah, bar whores, we know.
Never had sex with her. Never even got close. But about 2 months ago or whatever, we started talking back and forth once or twice a week. It was nothing. So I'm laying at home after work, and I got a fucking Woodford in my hand.
Yeah.
And I get a message.
Enjoying your evening?
I get a message. Yeah, I didn't have to wake up the next day. I get a message. Hey, what are you doing? I said, nothing. Just channel surfing, trying to find something to do. And remember, I had never had sex with this girl. She goes, yeah, me too. And we sat there bullshitting, talking about stupid nothing. And I said, ooh, there's this fucking hot girl on this show I'm watching. I said, kind of gave me a boner. What did she say? Let me see.
Your boner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The conversation was never sexual, ever.
Did you actually have a boner? Now at this point, you got to work up a boner, or did you send her an old pic?
Had full staff. I was diddling.
Oh, okay.
So, no, this isn't an old pic. It's a brand new pic.
I was diddling.
So She says, let me see. And I went, like, shut the fuck up or something like that. Well, she goes, no, I really want to see. So I sent her a gem of a dick pic.
Yeah.
A fucking gem.
Good lighting. Everything was perfect.
Everything. The only bad thing
is
my shoes are in the background.
No.
Because I stood up, took the picture.
Yeah.
And she goes, wow, that's a nice dick. And I said, well, thanks. Then we start sitting there talking about nothing. And all of a sudden she goes, do you mind if I keep this? And I'm like, help yourself. My face isn't in it. Hold on to it. Do whatever you want. And she goes, yeah, I'm kind of in that mood myself tonight. She goes, you wouldn't be surprised what I'm doing. So I said, let me see.
Yeah, you get your pick.
All of a sudden, we're on Facebook Messenger talking. All of a sudden, blah, blah, blah is video calling you.
Ooh.
I'm like, wait a second. This is really going to get interesting.
Well, this is no longer phone sex, by the way.
Wait a second.
All right.
All of a sudden, the fucking picture comes on, and there's this really fucking funny, odd-shaped, pink, vibrating fuck toy just being pounded into this girl's box. I've never talked sexually with her ever. But she's working this fucking thing in and out of her box.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there going, wow, this really took a hard left. So I sit there for a while, and I can hear her. She's talking to me, but the camera's never going off the box. And I'm like, you're full of shit. This isn't you. She flips the camera around to her face. Holy cow. I'm in the middle of a full-fledged thing here. So next thing you know, she's like, you like it? I'm like, yeah, take that pink thing out and suck on it. So she pulls the pink thing out and she's sucking on it. She's doing what I'm asking her to do.
Yeah. Usually people got to pay for this.
She goes, let me see that dick. I point down the fucking camera. I'm just beating this thing like it owes me money. And all of a sudden, she's doing this. Next thing you know, her legs are open. She's got her fingers in the bean. And I'm going, this is a full-blown video phone fuck.
Yeah. First one, knocked it out of the park, huh?
I'd never known her.
That wasn't even on the list.
I'd never known her like that. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, I want to see that thing shoot. And I'm like, this is hot. This is awesome. So I pointed the thing down. It's a good one. I hit myself mid-chest, I think. I mean, I had a lot of juice behind it.
That would have been great if it was a dribbler. You had the lead up, and all of a sudden it's like...
No, this was a good one. Let me right here. So all of a sudden, she fucking puts the phone here, and she's doing this thing. She's jamming her this thing, playing with her butthole with her finger. All of a sudden, she fucking... and she fucking gets off. And I'm sitting there going, I didn't expect this at all. It was fucking awesome. Thinking now to myself, the first thing that pops in my mind, is she going to be weird now and we're not going to talk anymore? So she pulls the thing out, puts the camera just on the fucking puss, just to give me a good view of it. She goes, God, that was fun. Let's do that more. And I'm like, all right, sounds good. Talk to you later. And now I'm thinking, she said it was hot. She wants to do it more. But she never hinted around about getting together or let's fuck, because that's my obvious next thing. When are we fucking?
Yeah.
But I never really, it didn't pop into my head like, now I got to really try to fuck it. I'm like, I want to do that again. Maybe get her a lot more comfortable. And then, hey, when are we doing this in person?
Yeah, give her one or two more.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right, we need presentational. That's a new word. I like that. Presentational visit.
But I mean, it was really fucking hot for me because I didn't expect it at all. I mean, I was watching TV. There was a hot girl on it. I just, tugging my wiener a little bit.
That really seems to be a theme for you.
You tug your wiener when you're alone?
Nah, not that often. I don't random. It's never a random. It's. I'm never just sitting around and all of a sudden I start tugging my wiener.
I do all the time.
I never. It's like
I live alone, dude.
It's like, okay, and maybe that's it. And it's been so long for me. Actually, I've never lived alone in my whole entire life. I've never lived alone. I've always had roommates, from family to roommates to married. So, I
think this is what I tug my wiener almost all the time when I'm on the couch or whatever. And that determines if I'm going to jerk off.
All the time.
Well,
it's just all day. You're just sitting on the couch playing with your...
at night when I'm winding down.
Oh, my God.
At night when I'm winding down. But the whole point is sometimes I can tug it.
Winding down.
And it just doesn't respond. It's not in the mood. I think that's what determines if I'm going to take it to the next level. If I'm tugging on it and it starts to get hard or whatever, okay, I'm going to jerk off.
Yeah.
If it doesn't do anything, I put it away. It's done.
You're a different human, man. That's all there is to it. Maybe I'm the wrong one. Maybe all guys are like this. They just sit around on the couch all night, just diddling.
I don't do it all night. Like I said, I'll stick my hand
with their
down
dong. I never touch my dick unless I'm going to jerk off.
I need to know if I'm going to jerk off.
I never need to know that. I'm either going to do it or I'm not. There's never a...
Not the case with me. I need to know if I'm in the mood.
I'm in the mood.
Well, what I'm saying is...
yeah.
Do I need to relieve some pressure? Do I feel like getting one? And I'll be sitting there and I'll be watching TV and all of a sudden, the handle rub and I'll just fucking diddle a little. And if it responds and starts to get hard, okay, it's beat off time. If it doesn't do anything, which it doesn't do often.
You got to turn yourself on.
No, I have to see if I am turned on. If I am capable that evening of being turned on. That's my thing. Don't oppress me.
No, do your thing, man. I'm just trying to explain. I don't think that's a normal thing. I don't think that's how most people lead to jerking off. I think maybe women more than guys. That sounds more like a woman thing.
Maybe I'm more in touch with things.
Maybe you're more in touch with your feminine side,
because
man.
When women masturbate, it's an experience.
Or maybe you're just a queer.
I mean, women don't normally just go bullet, come. They fucking rub the titties and they really get into it for the most part.
I don't know, but either way.
I know.
You don't know.
You know how many women I've sat in a chair and watched masturbate over
they're
my
performing.
lifetime?
You don't know what they're doing. The only way you would know like how it goes when no one's around is if you were a peeper. Like those are the only. That's what I mean. Peepers are the only ones that really know how it goes on, because any girl that's doing it in front of another person is now performing. This isn't going to be this. It's just like you. I am sure you jerking off and you jerking off in front of someone is two different experiences as far as the way you do it. I'm sure when you're...
No, pretty much same. I don't play with my balls or my nipples. Sometimes I'll reach down there, but me playing with my own nuts really doesn't do much for me. It's got to be a different hand.
Yeah, no, I've never played with my own nuts. I'm checking for cancer. That's about it.
But
check for lumps. That's about it.
My jerking off is pretty much always the same. Mm-hmm. I do it dry.
Yeah.
I use no kind of lubricant whatsoever.
You know what's weird?
I have enough of a mess to clean
up.
Is
that fucking Washington gave 2 picks for Carson Wentz. All right? I'm sick of talking about the way you jerk off. We just went to a whole fucking...
You asked.
I did not ask. I just said that the way you said that you were doing it was weird.
You implied I was a freak, and I had to defend myself on that.
Yeah, the guy that just sits on the couch and plays with himself to see if he's in the mood, that's weird to me. But otherwise, the rest of the process, I don't need to know if you're dry or wet. I don't need to know the cleanup. I don't need to know that process. All right?
Maybe our viewers were interested.
I don't think so.
Maybe our Norwegian people are wondering how are the Americans doing it.
Well, that's how we...
Now you know.
No, but now you're giving our Norwegian fucking people a bad impersonation of our country, because that does not represent
Norwegians
us.
don't jack off.
I'm sure they jack off. I just don't know if they fiddle fuck around while they're watching Oprah to see if they're in the mood. All right? And that's basically what you've told us today that you do. I think that's weird, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody does this, and I'm the fucking weird one.
This segment was brought to you by Aha.
Aha.
It has replaced Bubbly.
Oh, yeah? Was it cheaper?
No, it's more expensive.
Oh, yeah? It's just better to you?
It's more flavor.
They're all awful. I just don't get it. But, here I am drinking 40 ounces of fucking coffee every day.
Yeah. So, the phone fuck was really cool.
Yeah, that's an awesome story.
We're getting back to Carson Wentz.
No, I do. I just think it's hilarious. Like, Carson Wentz is a turd. All right?
Big turd.
He's an average turd. I don't think he's the worst.
One phenomenal year.
I don't think he's the worst quarterback in the league. He'll get you some wins. You can have a winning team and have Carson Wentz on your team, but not for the price that Carson Wentz is getting paid. His cap hit's like $28 million or some stupid shit, $26 million.
He's a good game. He throws for 190 yards.
He's not worth that. All right? And the fact that Indianapolis somehow got rid of his contract was amazing to me. I didn't think they'd be able to get rid of him in his contract. But the fact that they got a third rounder and a second rounder out of it, it's actually a third and a third, conditional third. If he plays more than 70% of the snaps this year, it becomes a second. And I got a feeling he's going to play more than 70% of the snaps, because who the fuck else is playing him? You know what I mean? Unless he gets hurt. But
isn't Fitzmagic in Washington now?
That was a 1-year deal.
Oh, was it only one?
Yeah. They got Heineke or whatever his name was,
Heineke,
but he's obviously not their future. He's a backup.
Well,
Carson Wentz is an improvement from Heineke,
and the quarterback.
But with that money, that's crazy.
Quarterback mess in Washington over the last few years. That kid from Ohio State that they took and then basically gave him no fucking opportunity and just dumped him.
Shit, the quarterback mess in Indy. This is the 5th year in a row that they're going to go in with a new starting quarterback.
Yeah,
or 5th or I think 6th. They went from Luck to Brissett to Rivers to Wentz, and I think there was someone else in there at some point or another. That's insane.
Well, it's when what's his nuts decided at the fucking drop of a hat that he's retiring, it just kind of.
We got a visitor. Come on, you got to get on the camera if you're going to get in.
But also, Dad.
This is a video show, Kane.
Yeah, this is a video show. Look at the camera right over there. No, you're not even on it. Either way.
I
Come
got
on,
a
dude.
dog
What do you
here.
want?
I got a dog here.
Of course you do. About 40 minutes. Get out of here. Get out of here. Before I take all your Legos and turn
Go
them
in
into
there, Duke.
puddles. Inside, dogs.
You know, my feelings are a little hurt right now. Oh, there he is. Now they're not hurt anymore.
Now we got both dogs out here. Oh, your
Because
feelings
this is
were
my
hurt.
guy. He always comes up to me. This guy loves me.
Yeah.
And the only reason Duke ever comes up to me is because I get all my love over here from Wolf.
Yeah. Wolfie's a hated dog by a lot of people because of the slobber.
No. His slobber's gross, but the dog obviously likes me because every time I walk in, he's all over me.
Yeah, he digs you.
So, I mean, you know, I always got to give some love to the Wolf.
Dad, do you also have the dogs in here?
No, get the dogs out of here.
And look at this.
This is the most podunk thing ever. Get out of here. Go on. Get up. Get up.
This is my guy right here, Kane. Not that I don't like Duke, but I was a Wolf guy before Duke came along.
Yeah.
And every time I would walk in this house, fucking Wolfie was all over me.
Yeah.
He's just coming to say hi, just wants a little affection. That's all.
No, he's a nice dog. He just slobbers a lot. And he
Look at
weighs,
this, though. He just laid his head on my shirt. Nothing.
And he weighs 150 pounds.
Yeah, this dog's huge.
That dog's funny. That dog learned how to kiss like a human. As in, like, you know, most dogs will lick your face. He just comes up and presses his face against your face. I think, like, because he sees humans kiss like that.
He's a people person.
He's a people person. But for real, get the hell out of here. Go, go, go.
Inside, boys. Yeah, Wolf's huge. All right, so anyway, the stud they had that retired all of a sudden,
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
I think they were really counting on him being there 10 more years.
Yeah.
So when he left, they're like, what the fuck are we going to do? Because they didn't even have that decent of a backup.
No, they've never had.
Jacoby Brissett was there at the time, I think.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's okay in a pinch.
Yeah.
But you're not going to want him there any longer than he has to be.
No, not at all.
I mean, he's not going to absolutely kill you like some of these other backups. But in Washington, they what was it, 2 years ago that they literally had 3 quarterbacks and they didn't know which one of them was going to start. The kid from Ohio State.
Haskins.
That year.
Yeah.
They said, we got all these quarterbacks here. We got to be able to find our guy out of these. And none of them were it. So I think they're looking around going, well, we don't have Aaron Rodgers' money, and he's not going to want to come here anyway.
Well, it didn't matter. I mean, Aaron Rodgers wasn't leaving Green Bay.
Right. But I'm saying anyone that was in a free agent situation, they're like, well, we either can't afford him or they're not going to come here.
Well, you still got Watson out there. I mean, and someone's going to get him, and he is a really good quarterback.
Want the drama with Watson.
No, for sure. But I think Watson. See, I was having this conversation with our friend Cho last night. That look at the comparison of a Kaepernick and a Watson, and I know what they did is not comparable at all. You know,
Watson's a good quarterback, though. Kaepernick wasn't.
That's where I'm at. So if you look at the comparison of those two, they both have drama surrounding them, deserved or undeserved. They both have drama surrounding them. All right, Tebow you can put in the same exact category as these three.
Right.
All right, the difference between Tebow and Kaepernick and Watson is one of the best 5 quarterbacks in the league. Watson is a fucking stud. All right. The other two, Kaepernick started off hot, but he wasn't worth it. Tebow definitely wasn't worth it. Tebow maybe had never made it as an NFL quarterback, regardless of the controversy surrounding him. But it was never worth it for these teams to take a chance on someone like Kaepernick or Tebow because the talent wasn't worth, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
No.
You know, Kaepernick was good enough to be a starting quarterback in the league for probably another 3 years after he was out of the league. He was a good enough quarterback. Was he the best quarterback? Was he the best quarterback? No. Was he a top 10 guy? Not at all. You know what I mean? But was he a top 20 guy? Maybe.
He was an Andy Dalton.
You know, maybe. He could have been in the league. He was better than some quarterbacks that were starting. But he wasn't going to bring you to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? He did the 1 year in San Francisco, but it wasn't really him that got them there.
No, that team was loaded. Alex Smith fucking got that team wrapped around him, and he went. But I'm saying there was a lot of talent. And their defense was good and everything else. It was sick. That team was going anywhere.
And either way, that was Kaepernick's best year. That and the year after. After that, he started to decline. He's like Kaepernick to me was like a less talented Cam Newton. You know, Cam Newton was just a lot more talented and it lasted a bit long, but even Cam Newton now is done. And so the idea that Kaepernick could come back now and be a top quarterback and be good enough to be on a team, no, I don't buy that anymore. Watson's a different story, though. Watson is a starting quarterback, a really good
He's
starting
young, he's got
quarterback.
great legs.
Yeah, so people are going to overlook whatever controversy's going on, but it is still going to be a thing.
Oh, sure it
I mean,
is.
when training camp comes around, now all of a sudden, obviously that's all Watson's going to get. That's all the coach is going to get. That's all the coaches are going to get. But even the other players on the team, the wide receiver is going to get it. The offensive tackle is going to get it. And now they all going to answer questions about shit that's not football related. So there is something to that. But Watson has the talent where one of these teams are going to take a swing at him. I heard it could be Philly. I heard it
Pittsburgh?
could be Seattle. I don't think it's going to be Pittsburgh.
No, I think Pittsburgh is drafting.
Well, not only that, but I just think that's not Pittsburgh style. I don't think Pittsburgh would go for the controversy. That's a lot more.
No, Mike Tomlin don't like the attention.
Tomlin, I think it's over his head too. I think Rooney wouldn't go for it. You know, it's just too much for that type of. They're an old. I hate the Steelers, obviously, as a Bengals fan. But I respect the organization, and they're an old school organization that wouldn't stand for that kind of shit.
But do you think Pittsburgh is going to go out of their traditional, because they've always been a pocket passer team. They've always had a straight drop back pocket passer.
Well, they have for the last 20 years because they have the same quarterback. Before that, they had Cordell Stewart, who wasn't that.
Right, but Cordell Stewart really didn't put
And they didn't really have a quarterback for
ridiculous
that
numbers.
for like 10 years.
No, they went back and forth.
Yeah, they didn't have a real stud quarterback from Bradshaw until Roethlisberger. Everybody in between was just
But I'm
like,
saying
eh.
their years that they went places, it was with a drop back pocket
sure.
quarterback. Because they always went after the fucking talented receivers.
They always had good receivers.
They always had great receivers. I think it's time. I think it's getting to the point now where you take Joe Burrow and a few others out of the mix. You're getting a lot more of these fucking quarterbacks that are going to rush for 50 yards a fucking game. You never had that before.
Yep.
So, and that's Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's to me like Lamar Jackson. If nothing's open, he's going to burn you.
He can move, yeah.
Yeah. So
Deshaun Watson's a better passer than Jackson. But with that being said, Jackson's a better runner than Watson.
Who's going to New Orleans?
I think Winston's going to end up back there. I
Yeah.
really do. He didn't do bad in that offense last year. They're in kind of a rebuild mode anyways with Peyton gone now.
But have you ever seen a team in rebuild mode more now than Seattle?
Well,
Four years of draft picks.
Maybe. If they get Watson, though, they're not in rebuild mode anymore.
Well, no.
You're instantly right back in it. I mean, and you got draft picks, too. They can use some of those draft
You
picks.
got a first, 2 seconds, a fourth, and a fifth.
Whatever it is, you can use some of those draft picks to trade for Watson, and then you still got some draft picks to maybe, because you got to make up for Wagner, too. He's a great linebacker. I don't really understand why they released him, but I don't know their salary cap situation, so who knows. But Seattle can be right back in it with a good quarterback. And, honestly, I think
you still got Tyler Lockett there, and you
yeah.
still have...
Yeah, DK Metcalf just signed a contract, and he's a bad motherfucker. So you put him and Watson together, you're looking at a good team.
Well, Seattle has to have a good quarterback. They got those two receivers. You need to get them the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, you need somebody who's actually going to find them because, I mean...
Well, honestly, though, Carroll's always been more of a rushing guy as far as his offense is more rush-based. And
he has, but do you really think Chris Carson's...
No, Penny played really well towards the end of the year. Either way, or they could draft someone. I mean, that's the thing with running backs. You can get the bad motherfucker in the second round nowadays.
Yeah, I know. I just don't, Chris Carson's a good back.
I don't know who I want the Bengals to draft. See, with the Bengals off free agency, I really want them to go out and make a gigantic splash, but not where everybody else thinks they're going to make a gigantic splash. I want them to get J.C. Jackson.
Do you?
Cornerback, shutdown cornerback. It causes more turnovers than anybody else in the league.
You don't want linemen. You want experienced linemen.
No, I want linemen, but I want the big money. I don't want them to go out and get a Newstead or whatever that's going to the $18 million left tackle. I want them to go get that cornerback because their defense is going to be, if they got him, their defensive backfield is fucking loaded.
Oh, it's stocked.
You know what I mean? And then you can go get a mid-tier guy for your number 3 cornerback. Maybe even bring Eli Apple back. I don't think he's a bad person in that particular role, like the 3rd or 4th quarterback on the field.
No, he's just not the starting main guy.
No, he's not a starter, in my opinion. And I don't really like his attitude.
He gets burned a lot.
Yeah, well, he's not a starter.
And then when he gets burned, he does something stupid and tags 15 more yards on top of it.
No.
Okay, this guy's past me. I'm going to grab his mask. I'm going to fucking...
He should be guarding the number 3 or 4 receiver, not
Right.
the number 1 or 2. But
Right.
otherwise, he's fine. Either ways, I want them to get J.C. Jackson, which is going to be a big hit in the money. I don't think they should sign Uzama.
Uzama?
I don't think Uzama should be back. I like him, but I think he's getting up there in age. He's never been that great. I mean, we like him, and he's made some big
You want to
splash
start
plays.
your sample, or you want to go out and get one?
I'd like to, I think, maybe use that 1st round or 2nd rounder on tight end. You can get the best tight end in the draft with the 1st round pick, and they're saying that even in the 2nd round, 3 good tight ends are still going to be available. So it's apparently.
But do you think there's any real possibility of the rumor that we could sign Gronk for a year?
Of course we could, but it's not going to be worth the money. I mean, I do think we could. If we wanted to go out and spend whatever Gronk money's going to cost,
Yeah.
he'd sign here. It sounds like he'd want to play with Burrow, and it's not a bad fit. He's not the Gronk he used to be, but he's still good. He's still better than Uzama.
He's got great hands for
he's
a tight end.
And the thing with him is he's a great blocker.
Yeah.
People underlook that part of Gronk's game. Like, Gronk's a good tight end, but he's one of the best blocking tight ends there is.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't spend the money on that. I don't think
No,
tight end,
I wouldn't. Not for 1 year.
tight end is not a money, or in my opinion, in the Bengals' current team, I don't think tight end's where we're spending our money. You know what I mean? Signing Uzama to like a 3-year deal where he's getting $8-9 million a year, you got to deal with Higgins next year and everything else. You're going to want that room. It's just not worth it. I'd rather get someone on a rookie contract, and that way you got pretty much your whole offense running on a rookie contract, at least the skill positions outside of Mixon.
Or do you want to say, okay, we went to the Super Bowl last year. Everyone thought we were a fluke. Let's take this next year and bang the fucker home and have another year just like this so they'll know we weren't a flash in the pan, and then we'll start doing what we need to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and then they do need to get offensive linemen. I don't think any of the linemen that are going to get the top money are really worth it to me. Like, I wouldn't spend that top money on an offensive lineman. Those mid-tier guys,
That kid out of fucking Indy, that saying he's a free agent. That right guard is fucking beast.
Nelson,
The one that's been a Pro Bowl.
Quentin Nelson, he's not a free agent.
One of them is.
Yeah, I don't know about Indiana's line, but I know Nelson is definitely not a free agent. He'd be huge if he was. The guy out of Washington's the biggest free agent guard. There's a couple free agent tackles that are pretty big. I'd rather spend that mid-tier money and shore up the line to get decent veterans in there. You don't need the best line, especially with Burrow. He does throw away the ball pretty quickly and everything.
This is the kid I'm talking about. Quentin Nelson.
Yeah, he's not a free agent. If he is, he's already been signed. Quentin Nelson ain't going anywhere. That guy's going to be part of the Colts forever, dude. He's going to be the greatest.
Talks.
He's going to be the greatest. They said something about trading for him. There was some kind of rumor. No one's. Quentin Nelson is a building block.
We would have traded Quentin for Quentin.
I'll give him Spain.
I see Spain's the one I don't mind keeping.
Spain's a free agent. You're going to have to spend some money on him. I don't mind him either.
Prince has got to go to me. We need another tackle.
I agree. I would keep Spain. My offensive line, I'm going out and getting. I like Boozman, who's coming out of Baltimore, because he can play center or guard. So now that frees you up for the draft. That first round pick, or even the second round pick, one of the first 2 picks, you're going to need to get a guard or a center. So if you got Boozman, if you get a center, then you can move him to guard. If you get a guard, if you get a guard, you can go to center. The tackle, I would get a free agent for that. I get an experienced guy. I might even sign Reef back.
But you'd keep Williams on the other side.
Yeah, well, yes. Yeah, I keep Williams on the other side. Unless some badass left tackle fell to us at the end of the first round, I don't see any reason to remove Williams. I know he's not the best left tackle,
Williams
but he's
can always move to the right side.
Yeah, he can. But I don't. The left tackle, he's been doing it for years. He's good enough. You know what I mean? He's not the best, but he's good enough for that line. I don't think they need a great line. And then they need to get a center, and they need to get a guard, and I don't mind Spain coming back. So if you do that, I'm fine with it. Right. You're hoping that Jackson Carman, who they drafted last year, takes a step in his second year, which is totally possible. A lot of times linemen do take a couple years to get pretty decent anyways, unless they're complete studs. But either way, I think their line will be fine without spending gigantic money there. I think that money's better spent on a cornerback position.
See, I think our backfield's pretty loaded right now.
What is?
Our cornerbacks.
We have one cornerback.
Well, I'm talking about, really, we do, don't we?
We have one cornerback, yeah. Apple's gone. They're going to cut Trey Waynes as they should, because Trey Waynes saves $17 million against the cap.
And I heard that Flowers was going bye-bye too.
Flowers don't matter anyways. He was never any good. Right. But we don't have.
But I'm saying we'll free up spots. Yeah.
Yeah, we really don't have cornerbacks. Awuzie we got for a little while, and I do like him a lot. But if we can make, and he's an all right number 1 corner. But if he'd be one of the best number 2 corners. So if we can get J.C. Jackson, that's probably if they team those together, we'd have the best cornerback. And then if you add Jesse Bates and then Von Bell, we'd have the best defensive backfield probably in the league, at least starting. And that's and that you have combined that with an offense that does what they do.
Right.
And, you're going somewhere. The problem also is with the Bengals is they got 2 defensive tackles that are free agents. Larry Opekandu and Hill. BJ Hill's also a free
BJ Hill's
agent.
a free agent.
I want to sign one of them back, and I probably do
BJ
Hill.
Hill's still not in the expensive range yet. We can still get him back for a decent price.
We can get him for a lower price than we can get the other one, and that's what I would go with. I would go with Hill. Hill actually had very, very similar numbers. I looked at them both. In the end, they both got, I think, the same amount of snaps, or almost the same amount of snaps.
Ogunjobi got hurt, though.
And Yeah, but that's why he'll start it. Open also was the starter.
Okunjobi.
I'll never be able to pronounce. I'll never be a sports announcer. I'm awful with names. I can't do it. And you could say it 1,000 times in front of me.
Just
I'll
call him
fuck
Larry.
it up the next time.
Call him Larry.
Good old Larry. Big L. Big Larry, which I've seen in person, is built like a shit brick house. I met all the defensive linemen, and he's the one where you look at and you're going, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we were there together and going, but some of them just not as big as I thought. I thought DJ Reader would be bigger.
I've met DJ Reader since then, and he seemed bigger the second time
Did
for
he?
some reason. And maybe it was because he wasn't surrounded by all big guys.
Trey Hendrickson,
I think that's what
not
throws
a big
you off,
guy.
is when we met their defensive line, all at the same time.
We did.
So they're all standing next to each other. So now they don't look as big because they're next to each other. You know what I mean?
Hubbard looked big.
They all look... They're all pretty
But
big.
Hubbard's huge.
No, Hubbard
He's
looks
tall.
I told you, Hubbard looks like he just has to smack away pussy all day. Just walking down the street. Get away from me. I can't right now. I'm busy. I'm trying to get a sandwich. Stop trying to throw your pussy at me. But either way, if you put those, I've seen Reader against next to normal looking people after that. I dealt him on blackjack with 3 other guys that were normal people.
Okay.
And he's a big fucking dude. When the normal people are like, oh, all right,
Well,
never
you're probably
mind.
right, since we saw them all literally at the same time.
Yeah,
in the
they're
same
all
place.
right next to each other.
Have you seen Trey Hendrickson since? I still
haven't
can't
seen
see
it. Well,
him being huge. He's
no.
not huge.
He doesn't gamble, so I'll probably never see him again. But either way, he's a...
But he was the one most
He didn't
into
look
it.
big, but he
was the one most into it, remember?
But he's also 6'5".
Hey, what do I do? Yeah, he is.
You know what I
6'5".
mean? He's still a big dude.
So what's Hubbard? 6'8"?
He's like 6'6". He's like an inch taller or whatever. They're about the same.
He looks so much bigger
They
to
look
me.
the same size. When
Hubbard
they were
just
standing next to
looked
each other.
so much bigger to me.
He was
than the rest
definitely
of them.
wider. You know what I mean? He looked built bigger, but Hendrickson's a fucking beast. He's the better player of the two.
He's the best, one of the best pass rushers in the league.
Yeah.
One of them.
You
Top
watch
10.
him play, it don't even make sense sometimes.
No.
I was watching that battle between him and Whitworth. They had some video online of just breaking down them two going against each other in the Super Bowl, and it was so fucking great to watch because Whitworth's a great tackle, and then Hendrickson's a bad motherfucker.
So you saw that one where the fucking whistle blew and fucking Whitworth still kept shoving him?
Yeah.
And Hendricks goes, "What's the deal, man?" He goes, "I go to the whistle, dude. I go to the whistle."
Yeah, but apparently Hendrickson's a psycho on the field too. I mean, they're
he's
both
one of those.
psychos.
He's Mark Gastineau. Remember him?
No.
He used to play for the Jets. He was a defensive end. He was the first one really that had crazy long hair sticking out of the back of his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
He was a monster at the time. But he was nuts. Like, he'd be on the sideline, and he'd just be carrying on a conversation. It was like a switch went off when he stepped on the field. He turned into a fucking psycho. He's one of those old players, like, he'd get you on the ground. Hey, nobody's looking. I'm going to stick this finger in your
I
fucking
love
eye.
those
He
kind
was
of
one of
players.
those.
I love those guys.
That was Gastineau.
All right, we got to get to this because I got to get going real soon. Taking my kids over to see their Nana. Here we go.
All right, I've got a really philosophical would you rather.
Oh, I like those.
Well, it's something I've been, my would you rathers are usually, hey, you want to eat this guy's shit and I love those.
Hey, what did you think about last week when you left to go take that poop? When you listened to the finish, when Whoopi went on about the homeless person, I laughed so fucking hard. I thought she burnt you pretty fucking good on that one. No, he's really homeless. Because that's something you would totally say. Because we always give you shit when you bring up homeless people. And dude, I fucking died. That was one of the funniest things I heard. Shout out to Whoopi for actually making me laugh. Women can't do that
go
much.
down to the Greyhound station and walk into the building, and then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Whoopi worked at Sawyer Point downtown for a long time. She deals with a lot of bums. So I think that's why she has a different opinion, because she's dealt with them like face to face and gets to know them.
Whoopi's a tree hugger.
That too.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did. She was always the coordinator for all those stupid events like Bunbury and all that dumb shit that's down there in Sawyer Point.
Yeah. And I'm not unsympathetic or to the
but
homeless.
just your description's crap. I don't know.
Because for the would you rather, I need them to be dirty in your mind.
Yeah,
I need you to get that.
He's really homeless. 4 seasons.
All right, here's one. Okay. Would you rather, right now as we speak, get melanoma, okay? Rather get cancer, but it's melanoma, or get AIDS? And here's the reason that I went there. Melanoma is a fucked up thing where you have to get shit cut off and they have to watch it all the time. AIDS, you take pills, but you got fucking AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Easy to pass on. Do you want to spend, go twice a month to the fucking oncologist to get shit dug out of you and have scars? Or do you want to be fucking AIDS? Do you want AIDS or melanoma?
Well, like they say, man, when life gives you lemons, you fuck them and give them lemonades.
You're going with AIDS?
I think I'm going with AIDS.
You got AIDS. Yeah. You see where I'm going with this? You got cancer. Did you hear poor Jason?
You think that's what happens to people with AIDS? People just walk down the street and they hear about it like, you got AIDS.
No, but your buddies do, and here's why.
Your buddies do? You think your buddies literally point at you and go, you got AIDS?
Let me tell you something.
I mean, I'd like to think I would do that, but I don't.
Isn't funny. Okay, but AIDS will always be known as the gay guy disease, even though it's not. You're stupid to think that it is, and you're uneducated and you're ignorant, but it's always been known as the gay guy disease.
I think to your generation.
You got AIDS.
I don't think my generation looks at it as the gay guy disease as much. My generation was really young when like Magic Johnson got it, and like, it became more of a normal thing. And but I get it from where you're coming from. Where your generation,
it's the word.
Is that what Freddie Mercury died of?
Yes, he died of pneumonia, but it was because he had AIDS.
Okay, but either way,
that kills your immune system.
So he's the most famous one probably that died before Magic Johnson. Well, Magic Johnson didn't die, but there was an AIDS
before
guy.
him. Yeah. Well, the most famous ever was that kid.
Yeah, Ryan White.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. I was real young. But then again, that was another one that wasn't. So I was also young. That's another non-gay
been a lot
guy.
Since though, George Michael,
George Michael got AIDS?
Yeah, he died of AIDS, I think.
I don't think he did. I think you're just assuming all gay guys died of AIDS.
No, I really think he did.
I know Eazy-E died of AIDS.
Yes, he did. And he was before Freddie Mercury, I think.
Eazy-E, I was in middle school, so it was probably about 93, 94. So I don't know when Freddie Mercury was. No, I think Eazy-E was after.
Was he?
Yeah, either way, the Magic Johnson represents AIDS to my generation. People in their probably late 30s to early 40s, I imagine. Where your generation, I guess, is more gay guys. I don't know. I just don't associate it with gay people as much as you do. But I get it. And I think I would rather have AIDS nowadays. We're not talking about 1988 AIDS. We're talking about 2022 AIDS.
No,
that's a little bit better,
No, I just pulled up the first one and said he was HIV positive.
He was?
Well, but this could be one of those shitty fucking...
But George Michael's, how could he not be HIV? That guy's blowing people in gas stations
liver.
and shit.
His liver failed is what killed him.
Oh, fatty liver.
But,
careless whisper into the night after having his liver too fat on a Tuesday.
Yeah, his ex-husband says he was HIV positive. And you're right. He was doing, glory hole stuff in public.
Yeah. George Michael's a freak.
Yeah.
He got down. That's not your typical gay guy, I don't think.
But see, and here's the fucked up thing. I don't want anybody to have AIDS. Nope. I don't want anybody to get it. I know it's not
anybody to have melanoma.
I know it's not a gay person thing, but like if you got, let's say, one of those people go, God, did you hear the shitty news about Jason?
Got AIDS.
He's got cancer, man.
Oh, cancer.
Or it'd be, fuck, dude, you got AIDS. Do you see the difference?
Did you fuck a monkey, loser?
But do you see the difference? That's what it would be.
No.
It would be, oh my God, you got the C word. You got cancer. God, that sucks, dude. What can I do for you? Or, God, that sucks, but you got AIDS, man.
I don't know why that's funny.
It is funny.
It is, but I don't know why.
So which one are you?
Oh, I'm AIDS. I'm AIDS. I never really gave a fuck what people said about me, and I think it's just more manageable these days than cancer on the face.
As a single person, I can't be AIDS. I can't be AIDS.
Yeah, AIDS is out for you.
I can be the odd-shaped mole and get that cut off and have a scar too, but the only thing that would scare me then is the shit spreading. You know what I mean? Is it going inside my body and I'm going to die in 5 years?
Yeah.
But I'm a single person. You can't tell a girl, hey, of course we can do this. Yes, I have AIDS, but I'm on medication. Fuck you. Her fucking wheels are going to screech in about 3 minutes. He's out of there.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't want to be the, oh my God, dude, you got AIDS. I'd rather be the, oh, did you hear poor Chris? He's got cancer.
Oh my God, you got AIDS.
But it would be one of those where I'd feel bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
I would truly feel bad that you had AIDS. But even though it's treatable and all that, I feel bad, but it would, when I'm telling people that he's got AIDS, it has to be accompanied by a small laugh and be like, God, guys, your fucking Jason got AIDS, man. I mean, the laugh has to come with it. It's just part of the deal.
You're an awful human.
I don't mean to be.
No, but I mean, it comes naturally, which makes it worse.
I don't think I'd be alone. If I asked 20 people that we know.
No. I'm right there. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm any better than you. I don't know if I would do it every time.
If we were all
But if you did it, I would laugh every time that you laughed.
If we were all on a game together.
Yeah.
Let's say me, you, Matt, and Nathan.
Yeah, we're all awful humans.
Every one of us is going to say, God, dude, you know that guy got cancer? And then in the next sense, it'd be, that dude's got AIDS, man. It goes. Every one of us would say it that way.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of jokes.
Yeah.
And you're right. They're probably gay jokes and
they are. And
monkey
we're not
fucking
bad
jokes
people.
or, maybe blood transfusion jokes.
But bottom line is, a single man can't be the AIDS guy. I just can't be.
Can't be the AIDS guy.
Well, here's the deal, though. I wouldn't tell anybody. But then, let's say hypothetically, this medication didn't work or wasn't working, and I spread it along to somebody. I'm going to jail now. I knew I had AIDS. I didn't tell him.
Yeah, I ain't asking for a loaded weapon anytime I fuck. You're right about that. That part
melanoma.
sucks. Now I'm starting to feel sorry for these AIDSy fucks.
I'm going melanoma. Cut it off. I'll take a small scar. It's just a mole. It might grow back in 3 years, and I'll have to get it cut out again. But I'm not going to be the fuck. Chris has AIDS, man. I'm not going to be that.
You got to fuck you this week?
I do.
Ooh, nice.
Fuck you, Jesse, from Valvoline on Coleraine Avenue.
Fuck you, Jesse.
Let me tell you how pissed I am at this motherfucker.
All right, Jesse.
And at the time, there was really nothing I can do about it. It's like when you get home from the drive-thru and something's missing. It's like, do I really want to go back outside and go back there to pick it up? Fuck no, you don't.
Nah, it's like every time I leave Taco Bell.
So this motherfucker, Jesse, you little fucker, I'm going to describe you. You're about 5'8". You've got brown hair. You've got a really fucked up little goatee that points at the bottom, and you've got like an earring through the nose. You've got one of those.
They're called nose rings.
Whatever the fuck it is. So I go in there, and first of all, my car requires that I get a full synthetic oil change.
Ooh, fancy. Me too, though.
Okay.
Sucks.
Bottom line is they're about $100 fucking. Now, Valvoline will send you a coupon and take $25 off, whatever. So I usually end up paying around $75, $80.
Yeah, mine's like 60. Why are you paying so much?
That's what Valvoline charges.
Yeah, I go to Valvoline too. That seems expensive. But go ahead.
So anyway, I go in there, and I get greeted by shit-eating grin fucking Jesse. How you doing, man? Good, bud. Come on in. So he comes in. They start filling my tires and doing all the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it comes time for me to pay. Okay. I hold up my little fucking coupon on my phone that they texted me. It was supposed to be like $73 or $74. And now I'm looking at $96. I'm like, dude, I got this coupon here. He goes, yeah, I know. And he gives me the receipt. The motherfucker changed my air filter.
Ooh, I hate the air filter.
Without even asking.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't
And
do
I
it.
said, dude, I didn't want an air filter.
Jesse can go fuck himself. I'd snap.
I did snap.
Yeah.
I fucking said, give me the fucking manager. I said, I didn't order a fucking air filter. And Jesse reaches in the fucking garbage can and pulls out my old one, and it was fucking dirty.
Cool. I can change it myself.
It was fucking dirty. And he goes, look at this one. It's not doing anything. And I was sitting there going, motherfucker, I could have went to AutoZone. And I told the manager, I could have went to AutoZone and bought one for $8
Yeah, that's
and
what
put it in myself. It's 2 screws.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And now I'm paying $30. I said, I didn't want this.
Yeah.
So he comes out and he puts my old one back in. But fucking Jesse was just trying to hype up his fucking commission for fucking shit that he sells me. Fuck you, Jesse.
I hate it. Dude, I swear to
He
God.
didn't even ask.
I literally think they take your air filter out sometimes and you're not looking and rub it on the fucking ground and then come up and show you. And go, look at this, it's dirty.
Even more, I think they've got dirty ones laying around and they'll pick up and show you some else's.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But they just changed.
Those cunts.
Fuck you, Jesse.
That's where Valvoline makes all their money, I think, is on air filters and these dumb cunts that don't know how to put it in an air filter. I mean, like, I'm not a car guy. You know what I mean? If I have to do an oil change, I can tell you how to do it. I ain't going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's lots of things that I maybe could do, break, something like that. I ain't going to do it, though. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, me too.
And, but what I will do is I'll put in my goddamn own headlights and taillights and I'll change my air filter because it's
You just set it in there.
it's easy as shit. You don't have to do anything. And if you go to the fucking Valvoline kind of place doesn't have you do it, they charge you like $30-$40.
It was like $36.
It's ridiculous.
So when I was done there,
And I
I
actually
went
get
to
angry.
fucking AutoZone. I went to AutoZone. It was $8 for the air filter, and the guy behind the counter came out and fucking put it in for
They'll
me.
do it for free at AutoZone. Those nice
So I
old men
paid
that work there,
$8.
they can just talk to you about their fucking 1967 Chevy as they
This
do
was
it.
a young kid.
Yeah.
Hey, because I said, man, can I borrow a screwdriver so I can get this off? He goes, I ain't doing anything. I'll do it for you. And he pops it in. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking the whole time, this motherfucker, Jesse, probably does it to 20 people a day, and most of them say, oh, you got it in there already. Fuck
For
it.
sure.
I didn't.
Yeah,
fuck you, Jesse.
No, fuck you, Jesse, and fuck all those quick change places. As soon as I go in, the first thing I do is I pull up. I usually, like you, have a coupon, and I go, I just want an oil change. If you upsell me on anything, I will never come back. Thank you. You know what I mean? And they usually laugh, but then they don't do it, you know, for the most part. Some of them are like, oh, I have to, you know, because they're fucking company men.
Yeah.
Goddamn company men. I hate it in every fucking form. I hate it at the casino. I hate it wherever I've worked in the past, and I hated the fucking Valvoline.
But
I
this
don't
cunt
want your
didn't
shit.
even ask. He just stuck it in.
Well, that's just thievery.
He's just thinking, hey, I'll just give him my credit card and I'll just pay it.
Yeah, fuck Jesse. My fuck you this week is Jesse too. Fuck you.
Fuck yes.
You got a double fuck you.
Fuck you, Jesse.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, little touch on the fucking war. Mm-hmm. It's heating up.
A little touch on the
A
war.
little sprinkle, as Matt calls it.
Whatever, dude.
Talking about chemical weapons now.
They're fucking cunts. Just stay away. Just as long as it's just fucking stay in Europe. The more you learn about these Ukrainians, you're like, fuck them too. A bunch of fucking Nazis. And then you learn about Russians. You're like, God damn it. All these fucking people, go fuck yourself. Can we go get oil somewhere else? What's up, Saudi Arabia? What's up, Canada? What's up, Mexico? Let's get their oil. Fuck Russia. Let them kill each other.
I mean, we're one of the top producers of fucking crude oil.
Yeah, we just keep it in reserve, I think, don't we?
Yeah.
I
We
don't
just
know.
keep holding on to it.
I am not going to sit here and pretend like I know anything about how the oil trade
Well, that's
works.
what they said on CNN. They said
I've seen
America
a lot
is
of
one of the top producers of oil right now. We don't need theirs, but if we use our reserves off and piss everybody else off, what's going to happen then?
Well, I think the idea with America is they've always thought that we don't have a lot of oil that's going to last forever. So if shit goes wrong, we can depend on our own shit, but until then, we shouldn't.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
exactly the way they look at it.
Yeah, so whatever though. I don't know. Whatever. I don't like paying $4 a gallon either.
It's more than that now, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking getting ridiculous
I
with
think
the
when
gas prices. This isn't the first time though. I don't know if anybody ever remembered back in like the early 2000s. Gas prices were also about the same price.
It got up to $4.
And it's like, you know what else was going on at that time? There was a war going on where oil came out of.
Yeah.
Anytime that happened, and who was in charge then? It was a Republican president. It has nothing to do with the president. It has to do with the fact that there's fucking oil wars going on in other parts of the country.
That kills me.
And not only that, but the fucking gas companies know this. And even though they still have, I think I read like Russia only provides like 5% of the gas to America. I mean, you can make that up elsewhere by buying more of it at other places.
Saudi
but the
Arabia,
gas companies look at this and they go, we can really make some money right now while this shit's going on, and they profit off of war.
They do.
And they jack up the prices even though they don't have to. So,
but they're going up literally every couple hours.
It sucks.
Couple
It fucking
pennies every
sucks.
hour.
It just
And it does suck, but think about it.
Yeah.
My car is a 10-gallon fucking tank, okay?
Yeah.
And it lasts me about a week.
Yeah.
So it's like if it goes from $3 to $4, I've paid $10 more.
Yeah.
And that sucks. But it's not $100 more. It's not like the rents that are going up because inflation's going through the fucking roof.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's an extra $10 a week.
We're just getting fucked nowadays. That's all.
And
Everything's super
hold on,
expensive.
man.
I have
Hold
no
on.
clue. The world's ending, but whatever. Who cares? Until then, I'm just gonna laugh at shit jokes.
Well,
So that's what we're saying, people. Until then, until next time, you laugh at fucking dumb shit. Chris is having fucking video sex. You know what I mean?
He's got AIDS.
I got AIDS. I mean, there's all sorts of shit going on that we can be laughing at. Fuck the war. Fuck everything else. But not fuck. Subscribe to our fucking YouTube, you cunts. All right? If you haven't done it yet, I don't mean to call you a cunt. Maybe you're a nice guy. Maybe you're a nice lady. Whatever. But either it helps us out. Please, if you haven't done it and you listen, and we have a lot more listeners than we have subscribers, so I know you fucking just need to do it. Please, a favor, subscribe to our YouTube. Press the fucking button. And if you don't subscribe on the podcast networks, please do that too. Hit the like button. Maybe make a comment. Maybe share it with a friend. All right. Our listens have gone up recently. I'm happy about that. But we can get bigger. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You know,
and I do have a joke, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Let's get a joke. Well, let's get a joke and then end this proper.
All right, joke of the week. It's not really that dirty or anything, but it strikes me as funny. I haven't heard it in years, but this couple has been together for a few years, and this girl's really pushing him to marry her and all this stuff, and he's just like, I'm not ready to get married. I'll tell you when I am. Let me propose to you like we're supposed to. I'm just not ready. Mm-hmm. So one day he goes in the bedroom and he realizes that the Tuesday birth control pill is still in the pack. He goes, hey, what? How come you didn't take this? She goes, what are you saying? He said, we can't get pregnant, blah, blah, blah. How come you didn't take that? And she said, oh, I just forgot, whatever. So he gets the impression in his head that this woman's trying to trap him. She's going to knock herself up and blah, blah, blah. So they have a couple fights about it. She assures him, no, I'm taking the pills. Everything's good. So one night they're in there and they're drunk and they're just going at it and they're fucking like fucking rabbits. And he fucking just busts this huge nut. And he goes to the bathroom. And he comes back out and the girl says, hey, I need to talk to you. I really want a baby and you don't, but I'm ovulating right now and I really think that just happened. So why don't we talk about it? What should we name the baby? Because I'm ovulating. The guy goes in the fucking bathroom and he comes back with a full rubber. He goes, how about Houdini? Sounds like a good name to me. Not a hilarious joke, but it's a funny joke.
Just take the headphones off. Enjoy the night. All right, guys. Hey, until next week, go fuck yourself. That's about all I have to say.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Go fuck off.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.